stretch is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. And Jimmy Graham, of course, a guy who's been around a while. Been with New Orleans, Seattle, and most recently with Aaron Rodgers and these Green Bay Packers the last 2 seasons. Had 93 catches in a Packer uniform and went over 1,000 yards combined in those 2 years as well. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Foles on target there to Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And from the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Patterson, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here's Patterson. They find some open field here, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cordero Patterson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Check 26, check 26.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, that's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On fourth down, here's Green Bay's third-year punter, J.K. Scott, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That's taken on the 25. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Bears take over.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
Are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They snap it on 4th to Hill. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Touchdown, Packers.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's David Montgomery, second-year man from Iowa State. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up
Foles on the give to Montgomery.
at the 43-yard line.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Foles. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
His kick is good.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Bears 14. Packers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st.
And 10 at the
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Out to his left. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Rodgers again now. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Foles. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Second down at the 20-yard line.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Option play, and Hill will keep it.
He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down, Bears.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the lock. They can erase this deficit.
Go to the locker room, start over.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down by...
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Again, it's Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
At the 47-yard line.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. On play action, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Packers 21, Bears 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Cohen now to return. And he returns this to the 22.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Foles. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll try and run the option.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Flush to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers being chased out left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Bears 17.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. On play action, now Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Check. 26. Hey, check 26.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Hill looking to throw on first. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off of play action, Hill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
You know they pay me extra for this.
Then into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Packers. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
And the Bears first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And it's second down.
Alexander.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36.
Foles on target to Robinson for the Chicago first.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing again is Hill. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14 yards into Chicago first down.
Bears first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
At the 10-yard line.
Back to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Anthony Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Is good. Makes the score Packers 30, Bears 24. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
And 7 at the 42-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go. Check 59. Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
Rodgers
5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here we go with Williams. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw, Rodgers. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Rolling to his right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Tonight's final score.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got